Hey everyone, this is Pete, and welcome back to Evercade A to Z, a series of explorations of the games for Blaze's Evercade retro gaming system. Today's game is Scrapyard Dog. This was a 1990 release for Atari 7800, ported to Atari Lynx in considerably expanded form in 1991. And the Lynx version could be found as part of the Atari Lynx Collection 1 cartridge for Evercade, put together by Songbird Productions. Scrapyard Dog was developed by Blue Sky Software, who are the developers of Ninja Golf and a bunch of other games as well. And it had a mixed critical reception on its original release. Some publications, particularly over here in Europe, I remember absolutely despising this game and hating its guts. But looking up some scores that it got back in the day, it seems that some other publications, particularly in America, actually rather liked it. So GamePro gave the 7800 version a score of 19 out of 25, and IGN gave it a score of 8 out of 10, noting that it was good clean fun for players of all ages. Now this is actually my first experience with the game because I only saw those bad reviews back in the day and thus never picked it up for the Lynx I had back then. So looking forward to trying this and seeing if it's actually any good or not. Let's go play Scrapyard Dog.
Okay, here we are with Scrapyard Dog from 1991, published by Atari. The 7800 version was developed by Blue Sky Software, but this one was actually developed by whoever that just said, Creative Software Designs, I think it was. So yes, apologies for that slight inaccuracy in the intro, but such is the way of research sometimes. All right, I've not played this game beyond just booting it up and making sure it works, because as I say, I was kind of swayed by the negative reviews in some publications that I used to read when I was a kid, and so I never picked this up for my own Lynx when I was a kid. So I'm quite curious to check this out because it seems that this is a lot more fondly regarded than I thought it was. But let's see. There's the intro with a bit of gratuitous showing off of the Lynx's hardware scaling facilities. Pretty much every game used the scaling facilities in some way, even if it was a game that didn't have any sort of 3D aspect altogether. People always found a way. Okay, so your job in this game is to rescue your dog. And the way you do that is by moving along, and you can jump, and you can throw cans. And you need to not get hit by anything, really. And your cans are your main means of defending yourself. And you'll collect money along the way, and you'll notice that some of these things you can go into. You duck into them like you do in a Mario game. You just duck on top of them, and if you can go in them, then you will. So this is very much a game that rewards you actually taking the time to explore a bit in your first few playthroughs, learning where some of those secrets are, and how to take advantage of them. See, here's one. We can go in here. We can buy a gun for $5. We have $5. But I don't think we really need that for the moment, so I'm just going to say no. So most stuff goes down in one hit in this game, but there's a couple, like the rat things with the guns, they take, I think, 2 hits. This is another bonus section. So what we do here, it'll play us a little tune, and if we can bounce off and perform that tune correctly, we'll get some bonuses. But even if you don't get it completely right, if you hit one of the notes and then collect the note that comes out the pipes at the top of the screen, you'll get some points. Not quite right. Let's try that again. You gotta be careful because your time is still ticking while you're in here. There we go. We get some nice money for that. And a bit of extra time. That's good. You lost most of those things going off the top of the screen now. That's a shame. Never mind. We got the money though. They're not rats, they're dogs. Those things, these take more than one hit usually. There we go. Now we can, I think you can go in here. Yes, we can. And you are selling a shield for $10. I will take that for sure. The shield lets you take an extra hit, basically, so you don't die straight away. Which is very helpful in this game, because this game is quite tricky. This first stage isn't too bad, but once you get past it, there's some seriously tricky obstacles coming up in the subsequent stages. Ooh. There's hidden items in some of those places as well. Yeah, so it's worth taking the time to actually search the level pretty thoroughly, rather than just running straight from left to right. So you have a time limit, but this is very much a game that rewards kind of patience and a methodical approach. Because being able to get some money and some power-ups is more useful than getting more points, I think. I don't know if points get you extra lives or anything like that, but it strikes me as the power-ups being a lot more obviously useful. Oops. I took damage here, I lost my shield. You see his coat's gone back to being green now, to show that we're no longer shielded. So if we get hit by something again, we will lose a life. You gotta be careful there, because both the pile of crap and the crane will kill you. Whoops, as with the rolly things. Prize under arrow, press A to play. This is your standard shuffly can game. I believe those are actually the same every time, so you can learn those. Now, you'll notice he's got smaller. When you're small like this, there are some secret doors you can fit through. And those have some level warps. $10 for 30 seconds, I don't think that's really necessary. So if we see a red door anywhere, while we're small, we can go through that. Oh, I'm invincible. Excellent. The trade-off is that while you are small, you can't use your weapons. So you can't throw cans, you can't pick up any new weapons, you can't defeat any enemies. So you just have to avoid everything. Aha! There's a red door. So using that, we can warp to some later levels, which is exciting. So this is taking us onto the forest stage, and we're still small. So we want to be... Oh! So we want to be wary of enemies, but that takes care of that. Okay, bunnies are bad. Oh, I'm small again. That's good. Or is it? I don't know, because when you're small, it also means you can take an extra hit as well. So as well as providing you the ability to take a warp if you find one, it's helpful in that way as well. Ooh, snake! Snake! Can we go in here? Nope. Can we do anything with this? Oh. Ooh, that's awkward. Oh, and you've only got a few seconds to get through it as well. Oh, and you can't go through it and you're big. Damn it. Well, guess we missed that one. Oops, wrong button. It's a big old jump we need. Let's get a nice run up. Whoop! Yeah, I quite like what I've played of this so far. It's a fun, fairly relaxed little platformer with an emphasis on exploration. Flamethrower for $15. Only lasts for 15 seconds, so that doesn't really seem worth it. Nope, nothing there. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it's an enjoyable little platformer. And there were a few platformers on the Lynx, not that many, but there were a few. And I remember specifically passing this one up in favour of a game called Viking Child, which got much better reviews from a lot of the publications I was reading at the time. Viking Child isn't a terrible game. It's a bit like Wonder Boy in a lot of ways. In fact, it's a fairly gratuitous Wonder Boy ripoff in a lot of ways. But it's very slow, like painfully slow. The whole thing feels like you're sort of floating underwater almost. Keep accidentally hitting that pause button because it's one of the shoulder buttons on the Evercade. So if your fingers are fat, you can accidentally hit it if you're not careful. But I'll just move my finger well away from that shoulder button. I don't need to grip it up there for this. Whoops. But yeah, Viking Child is painfully slow to play, particularly in its Lynx version. There were also some 16-bit home computer versions of it that were, as far as I know, a bit better. I don't have much experience with those, though. But yeah, I do specifically remember passing up this game in favour of Viking Child, just because Viking Child had better reviews at the time. Oh damn, that's nasty. Those of you who have been following my work for a while, though, will know that Modern Pete is not the sort of person who does that. Modern Pete is no longer... Damn! Modern Pete is no longer someone who pays much attention to reviews whatsoever and prefers to make his own mind up about things. So I was actually quite excited to finally get the opportunity to check this game out. Because it's one that I do specifically remember passing up back in the day. And I kind of regret that now, because I think I would have enjoyed this. And I think this might have scratched my desire for platforming on the Lynx a little bit better than Viking Child did. As I say, Viking Child wasn't a bad game. But I think it got a little bit overhyped by some of the reviews. And conversely... Oh, we can buy several layers of shield. Let's do that. And consequently, this one got a little bit underappreciated, I think, by a lot of publications at the time. I say that, like, researching this to make this video. Oops. I was looking up sort of old reviews and what people thought of this game when it originally came out. And it seems this game had a much better reception than I've been remembering for my whole life, basically. I don't know if that was like a Europe-America divide or something like that, but... Yeah, I was quite surprised to see that a decent number of publications had given this a good rating. Not just like it's alright rating, but a good rating. Right. I like the fact that the end of each level does have a little bit of sort of, I guess you'd call it plot. It's very lightweight, but like a little bit of dialogue just to keep things interesting and give the game a bit of personality. That's quite nice. So you saw the end of that game ended with the end of that level ended with a phone box, and he was talking to someone on the phone about what's going on in the forest. Oh, what's going on there? Bonuses, I tell you. Some time. What's that? Well, that's a shield. That's a nice little room. Give you some goodies to be getting on with. Yeah, Viking Child, which I mentioned, isn't on any of the Evercade collections for Lynx at the moment, but I'd be surprised if we don't see it at some point. I can't remember who holds the rights to it. As far as I'm aware, it's not one of like the sort of particularly awkward publishers or anything like that. It's just a case of rescuing it from whoever owns it now, I guess. Ow. Oh, that's tricky. Pitfall memories. I am dead. Alright, let's have one more go at that, and we'll forget the warp this time. We'll just go through and see where the journey from the scrapyard takes us. I'm not sure how far ahead the forest levels are. But we survived alright there, so we should be able to get through this first stage, surely. Surely. I'm not going to worry too much about searching everything, because only a few of these things were useful. We'll try and get that shield, if I've got enough money by the time we get there. I think I remember where that is. I think I might have messed that up. Oh no, this is the organ one, so that's fine. So we can get some money here. Ooh, big bonus. Because they did it first time. And a bit of extra time. And hop. I like that it gives you a bonus for doing it first time rather than just demanding that you do it first time and just allowing you to fail. That's quite friendly. Shield for $10. Yes, please. Yeah, this is actually a pretty enjoyable little game. I've been pleased to discover this. And it's pretty substantial too. I think there's actually a fair number of levels in this. And, I mean, obviously you can make use of the Evercade save state system to save your game and help you get through a bit. But as I mentioned in a few previous episodes, my preference with games like this is to play them in the way we originally got them. So in the case of a game like this, that means making a specific effort to go from the beginning each time, see how far I can get, try and get a little bit further each time, learn the game better. As for me personally, that sort of gives me an appreciation for what the game is doing and how it was designed and that sort of thing. That's not for everyone. Like I say, I'm not saying that everyone needs to play it that way, but that's how I personally prefer to do it. And your mileage, as always, may vary. Right, starting there. Oh, messed that one up. Never mind. Whoop. Jump straight into that. What have we got in here? Buy time? No, we don't need that. This game is full of iconic Lynx sounds. You probably heard me talk in some of my previous episodes about iconic sounds that I always associate with the Atari 2600 or Invincible. So you have to throw a can at that to get the Invincible. Yeah, iconic sounds that I particularly associate with the Atari 2600 and the Atari 8-bit and the Atari ST, sounds that I remember from my youth. This game is absolutely chock full of iconic Lynx sounds. So that whoop noise when you defeat an enemy, that's a Lynx sound. Oh, damn it. That's an iconic Lynx sound for me. The gunshot sound, that's an iconic Lynx sound. That blink noise. Especially the one in the shop when you make a selection. That whoop more than anything is probably my most instantly recognisable Lynx sound, because that was used in so many games for so many different purposes. Alright, level 2 down. Not sure how many stages there are in each world, as it were. But I guess we'll try and find out. Anything in that toilet? Oh! Evil cat. One thing that is a bit weird is if you repeatedly try and throw a can, you'll notice that the previous one disappears. That's a little bit strange, but not a game breaker by any means. Done it again. But you do need to bear that in mind when you're playing. Oh no! Alright, come on, I can do better than this. Apparently I can't. Alright, come on, I just want to finish the junkyard stage. Surely I can do that. Right. Evil cat dealt with. Ooh. Another evil cat. Bring it on, evil cat. I'm tense now because I'm very aware that I'm on my last life. This isn't so bad. My trash can down there. That would have a bonus in it, but I don't think you can get down from this fence while you're on top of it. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, so that's another thing to learn, because you can't go back. You know, as you reach the left-hand side of the screen, you've got the Super Mario Brothers style. You can't go back. Yeah, now can we stand on these? We can. Oh, that's mean enemy placement. That's mean. Very mean. I'm going to have one more try at that. Because it would be nice to be able to get through that, the whole of that first world if we can. I suspect there's 4 stages per world, but I don't know, because I've never beaten a stage. Right. This time's the one. Yeah, the more I'm playing this, the more I'm appreciating it. And I've actually found, since the Lynx collections for the Evercade have arrived, some of these games are actually some of the strongest we've got in the system now. Certainly some of the most distinctive and interesting games, for sure. That bing noise as well, that's another iconic Lynx noise. Yeah, and it's not just nostalgia talking either, because there's a fair few of these games on the Lynx collections that I never owned copies of back in the day. But I found myself playing them a lot, and wanting to play them, not just because I want to write about them or make videos about them or whatever, but because I genuinely like them. Give me your points and your time. Does this one do anything different? I don't think it does. Let's... No. Okay. Just checking. But yeah, like this for example, this is a solid addition to the platformer library for the Evercade as a whole. I mean, for me, the big strength of the Evercade is games you can't get anywhere else. And this is another reason why I really like these two Lynx compilations, because Lynx stuff just hasn't been re-released for one reason or another. I mean, there's Songbird Productions, who is the company behind this first cartridge. They have been both re-releasing and releasing new games for the Atari Lynx since sort of the early 2000s, I think. But aside from that, there's been no Atari Lynx compilations for handhelds or home consoles or anything like that. There's been nothing along those lines. And so, to my knowledge, this is the first time in a very long while that these games have been widely available. And that's doubly cool because of the Lynx's status as such a sort of niche interest, underappreciated handheld as it was. A lot of people have probably never played these games. And so while obviously the Lynx's big chunky graphics are never going to compare to the NES's and that side of things, they've got a very distinctive look and feel, and like I've talked about with the Atari 8-bit a lot, one of the nice things about the Lynx is that its library of games is almost completely unique to other platforms that are out there. Which means that you're not just getting the same old ports that you get on other platforms, you're not getting different versions of the same games you could already play somewhere else. You've got unique original games. I said the only other place you can play Scrapyard Dog is on Atari 7800, and that version is a bit different to this one. It's got fewer levels, it's got slightly nicer graphics. But it's different. So they're both worth playing in that case. But even then, the other platform you can get Scrapyard Dog on is also an overlooked and underappreciated Atari platform that no one bought. It'd be cool if we could see the Atari 7800 version at some point. I don't know if that's going to happen, because... Saying that, it could happen, because if it was Blue Sky Software who did Ninja Golf, Ninja Golf is already on the Evercade, so whoever's got the rights to that, presumably, has the rights to 7800 Scrapyard Dog as well. So maybe we'll see that at some point. That'd be nice. Be able to compare. Because across the two Atari compilations that we've already got in the Evercade, we've got 2600 and the 7800 versions of a few games. So we've got the 2600 version and the 7800 version of Centipede, for example. Asteroids. Desert Falcon. Get out of here. So yeah, not beyond the realm of possibility. And when those different platform ports are noticeably different from each other, yeah, it's cool to be able to explore them. Could really do with a shield or something to deal with that enemy at the other end, but, well, we'll just have to... So glad you've got air control in this. A lot of early platforms of this era didn't allow you to change direction in mid-air. If you've ever played an old Castlevania, you'll know what I'm talking about. Oh, I didn't see you there. Blending into the background with your big pixels. Alright. The hills are alive with my henchmen. Get through the junk hills and a surprise awaits you. Junkyard 4. It's a shame there only seem to be 2 pieces of music in this game, but, you know, not the end of the world. Ooh. Ouch. Well, I found a warp, I guess. That one's also a warp. Nope. Oh, cheeky. Oh, this is getting tricky, but interesting. You see, there's multiple routes we can take. Oh. Casters. Dang and blast. Oh, we got a checkpoint now. That's good. Oh no! Right, focus. I want to clear this level. Right, forget the dude up there. He's probably not guarding anything important. Evil cat. Evil cat. You go in there? Yes. So many cool things to discover in this game. It's like, it's really fun. Yeah, this is a game that really rewards exploration and curiosity, and I really appreciate that. Because it's how I tend to play these games anyway. Even if I know they're a game that just expects you to get from start to finish, I still find myself exploring and looking at things and seeing if I can go indoors and all that sort of thing, just in case. Ooh, treasure chest. It's a gun! Junkyard 5. Oh, it's a boss! Uh-oh. Oh, am I dead? Well, no, I got one more life. Okay. Right, is he just... He's just moving up and down and firing at regular intervals, isn't he? So... defeating him is just... Oh, no! Defeating him would have just been a case of timing my jumps to jump over his shots and then shoot him in the head. But, well, there we go. Alright, that's something for me to try off camera, I think. That's giving you an idea of what Scrapyard Dog is all about. That's fun. I like that. I'll be playing that some more. And, yeah, like I say, I kind of regret not giving that a go back in the day now. Because I think I would have liked that more than Viking Child. As I say, I'm not saying that Viking Child is a terrible game or anything like that, but I remember being a little bit disappointed in it after all the kind of hype it had had in some reviews. But anyway, hindsight is 20/20, as they say. Let's leave that there for now then. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.